So if you're like me and you just bought a 79cc Predator engine for your project, like my mini chopper here, then you probably have some sort of drive system. I have a centrifugal clutch, and at a certain RPM this thing kicks in and the engine will kick it over, but it does it slowly. So as we all know, the governor limits the RPM, and I know you're asking why remove it when you could just disconnect this arm and it won't be in action. Then you will have that plastic piece in your motor, and you can risk it breaking and messing up even more stuff. So I'll be showing you how to do it step by step. The first step into doing this is to remove the gas tank. Now I have mine mounted weird, but it's just 3 bolts. One's gonna be right here, and right there. So I'm gonna just remove my gas tank. It takes an 8mm bolt. The next step, after you remove the gas tank, there's going to be a 10mm bolt on the arm. Go ahead and remove that. And then there is a cotter pin located at the bottom. Go ahead and grab that and pull it out, like so. Now this arm, we are no longer going to need this. So we will disconnect this spring. Like that, and then we can cut this bar off. So I can't find my cutters. If you're like me, just disconnect this spring right here from the arm. Break this loose. Hopefully your motor doesn't fall off the stand. Break this loose, and then it'll just pop off like that, so you can take the whole unit off at once. After you remove the arm that we just took off, there's going to be a 10mm bolt. We have to drain the oil out before we take this side cover off. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Kind of making a mess, so here, we'll help it out a little bit. After you drain the oil out of the motor, there's going to be 6 bolts, 8mm I believe, yep. Go ahead and take those out. Then we're going to try to take off this cover without breaking the gasket, so we can reuse it. If not, we will have to make our own gasket to reseal this, or you could buy a gasket online before you do this job, so you could replace it after. Might have to tap it with a hammer a little bit. Oh, it's coming out. Just wiggle it around and it should just pull right up. And the gasket is broke, so we will have to make our own. As you can see, the gasket ripped off. Okay, as you can see, I got really lucky and the governor arm broke off. So this was going like inside of the engine like that, through that hole. If it doesn't break off and yours is still sitting in there, take a small Allen wrench and just hammer it with a hammer, and it should just pop down just like that. Okay guys, so your governor is going to be located right here. So if you sit here and try to pull on that this black little pull, it'll push those arms out and they'll hit to this governor right here. So what you want to do is take a screwdriver and you're going to hammer that gear, and it's going to break, so allowing you to grab this to take that washer out so you can remove the gear. Okay guys, I hope you guys can see good. So this sits right on top of that little arm, like so. To get that out, you have to break the gear in one spot, which is very, very easy. All you do is just take a flathead screwdriver, pin it over there, and just hit it with a hammer, and that plastic will break. Grab your pliers, needle nose, or vice grips, and you're just going to want to grab it, and it pulls right out. So what actually holds this gear in is on the arm, there's a little like snap washer that we have to, or tab that you have to bend out, which I'll show you guys what it is, but or else this thing will just stay there all day because it's being held in. So I'll show you guys once I get it out, but you just take a screwdriver and you're gonna hit it at an angle and it'll pop that washer out right in the dead center, and then we'll grab it and remove this gear. Alright guys, so there is, don't know if you can see, but the center snap ring, this is a circle now. It goes over the arm right here. It keeps this whole unit in place. So now that we broke this with a screwdriver, we just hammered on the side of it. You should be able to grab your vice grips, let's hope, and lock in to the plastic gear like so. Give it a good pull, and she will come out as a whole like so. So to give you a better perspective of what I was doing inside of the motor, let me find the pieces real fast. So there's a black washer over that arm. We first had to take a screwdriver and bend this off so it breaks like that. That way these open a little bit more. You can grab that washer right out with the vice grips. Now what holds it in more is that little metal washer I just showed you. You then have to hammer it sideways and it'll break. Grab your vice grips, pull it out. The governor is now removed. I will show you how to seal the hole on the top right here. But first, you see all this dirt in there? Let's go ahead and get that clean before anything. After you remove the governor gear itself, there will be a washer at the bottom of this. Use a little magnet stick or a pick and get it out. Then you're gonna want to clean the gasket surface as much as you can with a plastic scraper. I wouldn't recommend using metal. It'll scratch the gasket surface. Then you won't get a good seal. So then you can reuse these washers like so, or I bought new washers, and I will list the size bolt that this is, and it basically, you're just going to slide it in there. Make sure the hex is on the inside. Let's see if I can't get it in. And slide it through like so. Should get a good seal through there. I might just use one washer actually. Let's go ahead and grab our magnet stick, and this will help guide it in. Like so. Alright, once you get the motor flipped to this side, we're going to use some blue Loctite. It's probably a little bit too much, but let's get that on the actual thread. That'll seal it up real good. Get your nut and thread it on. And we'll take our 11 mil. That's what size this bolt is. Take a wrench on the other side, and you're going to want to wrench down really tight on this. And that is how you fill the hole in. Okay, now for one of the final steps. Got some high temp gasket maker. Make sure it's high temp. And we're just going to go around the edge. And I will show you guys after this how to set up the throttle now. It's very simple. We can apply our case back on like so. Okay, so I wanted to also cover this because this is important. So you took off this arm now. There's no way for the throttle to to open on the carburetor because we removed, where's the piece at? We removed that stick that was right here with the spring on it. So now what you have to do is get a clothes hanger. This isn't a clothes hanger, this is a piece of wire. I just want to show you guys what you should do. Drill a hole right in the throttle arm, make a bend, measure it exactly. So now with your throttle cable attached through here, it now opens your carburetor in one. You also want to make sure you have a return string so that when you open the throttle, it returns back to home after you're done. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you liked this video and you thought it was helpful, leave a thumbs up, maybe consider subscribing. I also do different projects like this one, where I am using this 79cc Predator engine to power this Schwinn OCC mini chopper. It's in the works right now, but so yeah, if you have any questions whatsoever, overall this job isn't too bad. If you're thinking about doing it, just go ahead and do it. And if you're thinking about just bypassing, removing the actual governor, I would not recommend that. It is plastic, and if it breaks, then it could just blow up this motor. But then again, these motors are so cheap that you can just pick another one up. So it's up to you guys. Thanks for watching as always. See you guys next time.